Hi, I'm Sheryl Garland, and my husband Kevin and I have been coming to River Point since the first service 18 years ago. We started out in the club and where we were just a few blocks away, and we walked, which got us there, and then we watched God move River Point as a body around to Kempner, and then Dulles, and then the land at Richmond. And as we moved geographically around to different places and grew more people and just get bigger and bigger. And then 2.5 years ago, we moved into Houston when our big kids went off to college and our youngest was starting middle school. And now get to be part of helping start a new campus down here in Houston. The mission of River Point has always been about growing together in Christ for others, and have just seen every step that we take, it's just about reaching more and more people. We're not looking to grow a bigger church, but because we have a heart for others and we're looking to love each other and just be real the way we are, people just keep coming to us and we grow bigger and bigger and get the bigger campus and have the Richmond campus and then Missouri City and now West End. I think that because River Point I feel is a safe place, because you can come and just sit and enjoy the music and listen to the great sermons, and you can be messed up and doubt and see that everybody else is messed up and struggling. And I think because we foster that and we show that we're all messed up, that it makes others feel comfortable in coming. Just even if they realize that they don't have to come and be a facade. And so I love that anybody can come, barefoot and in jeans if they want to, because nobody's gonna look at them funny. We've got all kinds, all shapes and sizes. I love the diversity. Coming down to, since we've moved in Houston and we've been at West End, it was about 6 months before I went back to Richmond. And went back to Richmond a couple of months ago, and I sat back up in the risers, and I just was so overwhelmed and amazed at just looking around. I mean, first of all, I came to a service and I knew one person. It's crazy how big it's gotten, but everybody, it was so diverse, and I couldn't believe that we had gotten from 250 seemingly look-alike people in the club to now this great community that are all together just for one purpose, to love God and love others. Just as we've been able to give and bless others, whether it's been through the church or different organizations that we've been part of, or just helping a friend that needed help in a way, it's just, God has blessed us with what we have, and we're just so glad to help others. We're honored to be a part of that. And, we want our kids to see that this isn't our money. It's not because we've earned it. We work as faithful servants, but this is God's money, and it's to help others. I believe that we're all here to work together. When I think about giving in a specific story, the biggest story that comes to mind actually is not my own, but it was one campaign, and it was a couple that had been struggling with infertility and were agonizing. They'd been dealing with it, and they were scrimping and saving to get up enough money to do in vitro fertilization. And they had, saved the amount that they needed, and they were, just a couple of months away from progressing towards that. And we were going through a capital campaign, and I don't remember which one, and they just really felt God say, that's the money you need to give to the campaign. And this is their their family, their future, and they really worked hard to save that money. It's a big chunk, and wasn't an easy decision for them, but they just really felt God tell them to do that. And so they pledged that amount. They gave that amount in the campaign. And about 6 months later, after they did that, they had a distant relative pass away that left them that exact amount of money. And I just always thought, I get goosebumps now, but I just always thought that was the coolest story, because they were, they honored God. They were able to just give it up. And they dug deep in what was going to be hard for them. They sacrificed for them. And that was really neat to see. Yeah. When I talk about giving and how I want to give it all, to me, it's not just money. It's time and effort. And, yesterday the worship team was setting up at West End for the first time before our service this weekend. And they just start playing, and I just start sobbing. I'm so amazed that God has given us this facility and that we have an opportunity to be part of this, and so honored that He would use me to do this, to reach the people around this area that want a church, all the people that are coming because of billboards and flyers. Who thinks flyers work anymore? But they're coming because they're seeking something down here. And none of the churches around here have it. They're traditional, and they're facades. And River Point is real and open and accepts everybody, whether you believe the same thing we do or not. And you get to come and process with us.
How does that make you feel?
It's really exciting and great to be a part of. So excited to be a part of it and honored. Okay, so there's 5 projects. The West End campus, I've talked about. I'm so excited about that. Children's building, you have to have a great children's building, or moms don't want to leave there. But even something as silly as the parking lot and the frontage road. We've had this land for, 10 years, whatever. I get lost in the numbers. And TxDOT has always said you will never have frontage road access. And now here we are, a year and a half away from frontage road access. Only God could do that. The Missouri City campus, we spent so many years trying to find a location, and it just was so hard getting it started. And now it's going at Elkins, and it's going so great. And for them to find land just off of Highway 6, because Missouri City won't give us land on Highway 6, but just off and right there in front of Elkins. And it's so exciting to have that. But to me also, the attack poverty, the school that we're doing in Uganda, in Rushiri, we take school for granted. And in Uganda, it is not easy to come by. And to have a Christian school, they've got Muslims there trying to program them, to offer up education, to offer a higher education school, to be a part of that. But also to do that through something that came out of River Point, from Richard Logan and his vision for the people in North Richmond that were so close. And now we get a chance to affect, the older men and women, or boys and girls in Uganda. And I'm so honored to be a part of that, and so excited for that. And someday I'll make it to Rushiri and check that out. I'm Sheryl, and I'm so excited to be part of River Point and all that God's doing around here.